Hey everyone, I'm here just giving a quick update. I know it's been a while, and I have not much to say about that. The last time I was able to make a video, and I was going to really get into the book of Acts, and I got really excited. I made more than halfway through and got inspired to kind of break it down into sections and then make videos on it. And then, of course, the enemy was like, oh, we can't be having this. We've been trying to keep the book of Acts out of his mind for quite a long time. I always assumed that, when I went to church, every time Acts was brought up, typically it was like tithing and giving money and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, it didn't really go wildly deep into all the other amazing things that are in the book of Acts. So there was just a great heaviness and just a lot of isolation, I guess. Solitude more so, like just being in deep thought and, kind of sorting things out. And even though, having to go through kind of these existential dark tunnels or whatnot, there's always something to be learned, and there's more insight, and things just become more profound. And like days like today, wake up, everything's beautiful, everything makes sense. But that's because it's all based on my understanding of Jesus Christ and who Jesus Christ actually is. And now, because it's getting to be Christmas, and with everything that's going on in the world, and it's as good of a time as any, if not, any time's a good time, but really to be inspired and to read the four Gospels, and just really soak in everything that's being said. Not just the Christmas story, but, when Jesus Christ was born, the entire universe and all realms and everything was kind of like, wait a second. This just completely bent and changed and distorted reality. And that's what the miracle birth of Jesus Christ is it seems to be people at the time knew that, and they could just sense and feel that, but I think it was also shockwaves everywhere, celestially speaking, and not just our reality, but maybe all realities and all dimensions, and becoming God, lowering himself to become flesh and blood, and to be two at the same time while being constricted by the flesh, and then to grow up, perform all those miracles, and then to die on the cross and resurrect again. I mean, that truly, I think, blew the tops off everything. So, at least for me, when I think of it in that context of reality, what is reality? Well, what is my reality? Everyone kind of has their own perception of reality. And then there's a societal agreed upon reality. And it seems like, we're just born and raised to kind of, everything is kind of magical and spiritual and a little bit more understood when you're a child. Especially if you have a good childhood and you don't have to, deal with being in some like war-torn country or something like that, but just simply, everything's a new experience. And then as time progresses, the brain just kind of starts to want to decide what is true, what is not true, what is real, what is not real. And that's based a lot on your environment and, your peers and just, I don't know, there's so many factors that are involved. And I guess what I'm getting at is, when we're kids, there's an innocent faith and understanding that can deplete as we get older. And now I've gotten to the age where I've gone through that whole process and have the understanding of, psychology and spirituality and our reality and how everything in the Bible, and especially what Jesus had talked about, is the truth and the center of everything. And when you really soak in the concept of Jesus Christ being the light, like not just the light of the world, but the light of the universe, all universes, all dimensions, all realms, everything going in every direction, and Jesus Christ being the center of that, because that is our connection and our salvation, to be able to have a relationship with God, and kind of just broke all those barriers. So when you kind of understand it as the birth of Jesus Christ and kind of the whole stage being set, that bent and changed all the rules of reality. And when you think of it in that concept, it can even make more sense in the sense of Jesus stopping a storm, walking on water. When you're in complete control of all of reality, the whole universe, even if you're in still the rules of the flesh, that doesn't mean that his spirit and him being God was removed. So that's where it's very interesting and tricky. And I say tricky in the sense of, like, I think it sent shockwaves, like I said, like throughout the entire universe, and to all other entities, good or bad. And so, and when I think of it like that, I just realize how blessed I am to be able to have that relationship and to feel that concept of peace. And it's nice that everything is based on not just love, but a profound, powerful, divine love. And the war has already been won. Like, I always have to remind myself that Jesus has already won, in the sense of when he died on the cross and then was resurrected. That just changed everything, and that defeated the enemy right then and there. And I think the enemy saw that, knew that, and knows that. And that's why then the interest is to just keep as many people as possible from realizing that and, coming to the Lord. So, I don't know, that's all I wanted to say about that. Merry Christmas. And, if it's been a long time since you've read Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and also understanding kind of the deeper concepts, like who wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and how, that can kind of factor into the understanding of it. And I don't know. Love y'all. Peace to the world. For the King has been born. And these are good times when you think of it under that concept. You know, God's in charge. When God said, I'm the Alpha and the Omega, I believe him. I'm like, yeah, okay. You are definitely. So thank you for, giving me existence. So, I don't know. Take care, everyone. Bye.